Thanks, Coach. A bit of a sloppy track here at Soldier Field. Still getting some of the wraparound rain bands of a low-pressure system that's hovered over Chicago the last couple of days. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Los Angeles Rams and the Chicago Bears. This is taken at his 4. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Darius Geis, his first carry of the game. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. 2nd down. Okay, there's a tone setter. First play from scrimmage. Stuff them in the backfield.
You know what they were doing last night in the hotel room? Visualizing exactly that. That's what they were thinking about. Making that play, having leverage, lower than the offensive lineman, getting into the offensive backfield, knocking someone down. Just what you said, setting the tone early for this game.
Jeez, you are fired up.
When I see a play like that, I can't help it.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
On 3rd down, Trubisky. And Robinson with a big catch. First down for the Bears, a gain of 15. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
The throw complete. Trubisky to Miller. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. Shotgun handoff now to Geis. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They go play action with Trubisky. He's got Burton here. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off of the last game to play on a Thursday night?
Pressure comes, and Trubisky goes down. Aaron Donald able to record his 5th sack of the season.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
A few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. So the opening drive does yield points, maybe not the 7 they wanted, but they'll take the 3.
Accumulating first downs does not go up on the scoreboard, but it does go into the DNA of a team that's trying to establish itself to start a game. That has to feel pretty good for them. They'll take the 3.
Yeah, they had 3 first downs and 3 points.
On the double. 58, come on. I got you. Hey, exit. Ready, fire.
Throwing on first down. Everett. And the open receiver, it's Robert Woods. Robert Woods. He's at the 30. 10. good. Touchdown, L.A. Robert Woods, his second touchdown on the season. And the Rams have taken the lead. A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. This is taken at his 4. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line.
At their own 32-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They'll run with Geis. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
It's now 3rd and 9.
I got you, boy. I got you, boy.
From the gun on 3rd down, it's Trubisky. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. He's picked off at his own 46, and he's able to get it back to right around the 27. They told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You going to let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
Ready, 90, Wolf. There you go.
Here's the first carry now for Todd Gurley. He's able to get 6, a nice pickup down to the 21.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. They run. It's Gurley. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down. A good field position to start the drive, but under the gun now here on 3rd and 8. Operating from the gun, Everett. And he's got the hook up here. It's Woods. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. So on 4th down, here comes Greg Zuerlein to try and get 3 for the Rams. It'll be from the right hash, and it'll be a 36-yarder. And Zuerlein's kick is good. And the lead will increase to 6 now. It's 9-3. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces them to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29.
Bend it.
Now it's Trubisky. This one into the hands of Burton. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. A Chicago first down there on a gain of 11.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
Here's Trubisky off to Geis on the screen. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2.
After one, our score, 9-3. Throwing again on 2nd down. Trubisky, and he whips that one incomplete there. Was trying to get it to Darius Geis out of the backfield, and it's 3rd and short. By the way, I got to apologize because I just realized for about the last 4 or 5 plays, I'm eking over into your territory up here in the booth. My bad. I'm going to get back over to my spot.
Yeah, we're not talking about our on-air commentary. I mean, what is all this extra paper? I mean, this is unusual for you.
My bad.
Normally you run a really tight ship. What's going on here?
Just like that incomplete pass, I'm going to try to tighten things up here for this next play. And he will have the first down as he gets this to the 47. A Chicago first down, the former Jag Allen Robinson on the catch from Trubisky.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Trubisky now 6 of 10 in this first half. He's got his guys a first down here.
Alert. 58's the mark.
Play action. Now Trubisky. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack back at the 47-yard line. Aaron Donald in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Coming up now on a 2nd and 15 following that sack. Now it's Trubisky. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle third. He couldn't catch it. Now 3rd down. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They've got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Aaron Donald, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. And they'll let this one go right on the outskirts of the 10. They'll down it at the 11-yard line.
Set,
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him, because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1.
51, Mike.
2nd and 1. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Blowing that play up, Roquan Smith, as he gets the sack.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Ready?
58, Mike. They gonna need some therapy after this.
Hey, wahoo!
58, let's go. Let's go, tight end.
To throw on 3rd down, Everett. That's going to be complete to his tight end, Everett. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. 25 yards that time.
And the game just keeps evolving. Big guys running those corner routes, so difficult to cover.
Let's go, B.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Go, go. Now.
From the gun, Everett. A deep ball for Gurley. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Eddie Jackson picks it, and his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape, he's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
They start on the ground with Geis, and he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled him up throughout the game because that was his longest run of this contest.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31.
You gonna see me in your nightmares, son.
Now a run with Geis, and he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
The Bears on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 4.
Alert, alert! Alert, alert!
58 to Mike, 58. Let's go.
And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th.
Well, that's the big drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to the big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it anyway.
Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. This is taken at the 23. It's a 45-yard punt, just a 1-yard return. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
Hey, Charlie! What?
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He's going to dump it off to Gurley. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A gain there of 12 yards and a 1st down L.A.
Hey, Foxtrot, Foxtrot!
On first down, Everett, and he'll find his target. Woods, it's complete. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. So second and inches after that first down completion went just shy of the marker. Second down and inches. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's third down.
He kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
An incomplete pass on second down leads us to third and inches. Operating from the gun, Everett. And got a man. It's Woods. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Hey, zoom. Get it.
From the gun, Everett. And that one's complete to Gurley. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. It'll be a first down for the Rams there on a pickup of 18. This quarterback now hitting on 80% of his passes in the early going. 8 of 10. It's first down.
High 7. Now.
Off the play fake. Everett. He's got his man Sharp complete. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second, as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half.
Here we go. 30 base. Yes. Go. 51, Mike, 51. Speed trip.
Off play action. Everett. Buying time to his left. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
Brings up 2nd and goal at the 2-yard line.
Good yardage on first down. Now can they punch it in on 2nd and goal?
58, boy, 58, Mike.
2nd and 2. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Incomplete in the end zone. It's 3rd down and goal from the 2-yard line.
No move for the field goal unit. They're going to go here with 5 seconds left.
Hey!
That's me. 58,
Alpha.
58.
Ready?
The final shot before break. Everett. He's got the lane, and there he goes. He's at the 50, the 30, 20, 10, and they will score a pick-6 for a Bears touchdown. So from one end zone all the way to the other. Talk about a turnaround.
And how about the excitement that play generates for his team? Not just the points on the board, but the momentum and taking it from coast to coast, end zone to end zone. What a tremendous play. Now get that man an oxygen tent.
That's your boy Old Mo. You said momentum, right?
Old Mo, I think he's kind of limping across at the end because of that distance, but he made it.
Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. Here's Gurley. Ha-ha, Clinton Dix there for the stop.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Another carry now for Gurley. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral, also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 46. And lucky to get away with one there. That one nearly picked. 2nd down.
Hank's almost going to get into QB1's ear when he gets to the sideline. Already thrown an interception. That one should have been picked. Look, let's just be honest about it. That'd be the second person in his ear because he's hearing it in the huddle right now.
Not the start to the game he wanted. Like you said, the pick on the opening drive, second drive, not much better. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Everett, and that is incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It's way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Situation. Let's go. Hey, exit. 58 Mike, 58 Mike. Come.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And Woods has it complete. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. It's a gain of 15, and the Rams have a first down. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of, until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Watch the shit. 80 weapons. Hey, Team 6. Team 6. Get it.
On 1st and 10, Everett. He gets it to Gurley. Complete. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for 2nd down.
That was well defended, and while it was a completion, it resulted in a loss of yardage. It's really, really hard for a running back to think to himself, I probably should have just dropped it and saved the yardage. It goes against the entire training that he's had his whole career.
Well, this has been a good march down the field, but now they're stuck looking at a 2nd and 14. 2nd and 14. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. That's sacked by Khalil Mack.
Enough takes to start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long.
Go. Come to me, it's me. 50, go. 58 Mike.
Operating from the gun. Everett under pressure again, and down he goes again.
Well, that was an interesting little chess match there because the offense went empty set. No running backs in the backfield, so they're trying to get people out into a route pretty quickly. But guess what? The defense sees that. They go ahead and move themselves into a blitzing situation and come right after the quarterback. They had more guys there than they could block.
They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. They'll get 9 yards on the return there following a punt of 42. And it'll be 1st and 10 Bears from deep in their own territory. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. Aaron Donald. Make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
Brandon, more often than not, you'd say they've had his number, and we can count them up so far. 1, 2, 3, 4 sacks given up. But guess what? He's still been able to make some plays, and right now they have a lead.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Geis. And able to get it here to about the 16-yard line. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Let's get it together, defense.
Again, they run. Again, it's Geis. And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game. It's been a struggle all game for them on offense. This was a chance to maybe provide a little bit of a spark with a punt return. Unfortunately, that spark got doused.
Yeah, and you call special teams the 3rd phase, but you see here it can be the 1st phase sometimes.
That is so true, right? It can ignite it one way or the other, and boy, that didn't help them at all.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Everett, that's complete to the tight end, Everett. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. A good pickup, 17 yards, and also a Rams 1st down.
Let's go.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield.
Give me that ball. Christian, travel. Get it ready.
Now it's Gurley. And he'll take this forward for 2, maybe 3. But we do have a flag down, and they're already marching backward.
Let's go.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty.
Go.
Back to throw. Everett, and nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. Kyle Fuller there defensively.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on 1st down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on 1st down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down.
I'm coming after you.
Off the play fake. Everett. They'll get this one to Cup, complete. They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on 3rd.
A gain of 16 on the play.
Ready. 30 base.
Watch tight end. Tight right.
Hey, Charlie.
1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Rams on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 4.
Hey, box truck, box truck. Go.
From the gun, Everett. Flushed out right. He may try and run for it. Oh, no, he lost the football. And this is picked up by the Bears. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line.
All these years we've been watching the game, I start to get the sense that whenever it rains out, those guys who have to touch the ball and carry it, they're extremely resentful about that weather.
Yeah, I'm just happy I'm not resentful that we have a roof over our heads. I know that much.
Yeah, maybe we won't fumble our play sheets here as we just saw the fumble happen on the field.
They go play action here on 1st down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Ed Oliver able to record his 5th sack of the season.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Now Trubisky to throw. He'll find Miller. That's complete. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. It's a loss of 2. Now 3rd down.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. From the shotgun is Trubisky. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Samson Abukum in there to get him. That is the 6th time that they have sacked him tonight. Here comes the Bears punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. And take it right on the 30. 12 yards on the return that time. And out will come the offense as they take over. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, had pushed it past the 50-yard line, so they felt like they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here? Throwing on 1st down, Everett, and that's caught left side. It's Woods. Touchdown, L.A. Robert Woods, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Rams are going to jump back in front.
I know we often laugh, and sometimes we even exalt the guys who are great trash talkers and give us some really funny lines. But the bottom line is absolute production on the field. His 2nd touchdown of the game, and they lead.
And now they'll be looking to their defense to preserve that lead. Here we go now as we get set for a big 2-point conversion.
Ready? Fire.
Operating from the gun. Everett to the end zone, but it's incomplete. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite, but in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a 2-point conversion, all that extra, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Throwing here, Trubisky. Escaping the pressure right. And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop. He turned that into a nice gain. Gets him 8 yards closer for 3rd down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Here we go, 3rd and 1. Gut check time on both sides. They'll try and get it with Geis. But he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive going.
1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Now Trubisky. And this is caught. A spectacular one-handed grab there. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
Okay, it's time for me to break out my thesaurus for that one. And I don't have anything. That was amazing. One-handed. In this weather, I mean, you know the ball's got to be slick. But to be able to catch it and come down with it, what do they call that, the process of the catch? He completed it all the way through.
They run on 1st down as they get about 3. 2nd and 7 forthcoming. Corey Littleton there on the tackle. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
Hey, watch it. Check 43.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They stay on the ground. Geis again. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
Here's Trubisky. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd. They're making steady progress, but I see your face. You're worried about that clock.
I'm worried about the clock, and at some point you have to have a splash play in there as well.
And down by 5, they've got to go for it here on 4th down.
You better bring. I'm letting you know right now, you better bring.
They'll try and throw for it with Trubisky. And that is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Rams are going to take possession of the turnover on downs. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And this game not quite in hand yet. We'll likely see all 3 timeouts defensively and then reassess where we are. They'll try and start the drive with Gurley. So he got free of one tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts, as it comes with exactly a minute to go in the football game. So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here. Again they run with Gurley. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line.
Ready? 60 outlaw.
58 right there. Who that? Who that?
Ready, go. Big trip.
Off play action. Everett.
Go, go, go.
Now he's flushed out left. And he'll be taken down well before the first at about the 36-yard line. Now the Bears will use their 3rd and final timeout as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the 4th. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. McKenzie now to return it. A nice job on the return there. 16 yards. And the Bears take over.
At their own 17-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. One possession game. Time very much a factor. How does the offense handle this situation?
Well, in a lot of cases, they should be somewhat relaxed. And I know that's counterintuitive because this is a pressure situation. But this is Friday practice every week of the season. You go over this situation, having to go downfield, limited timeouts, got to get out of bounds and keep the drive going and set yourself up. Defensively, you can't just lay back and let them do whatever they want. So it is a cat and mouse deal here. How much pressure will the defense bring, and how much pressure can the offense handle?
We're going to find out. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. He'll look to throw. This one taken in by the former Baylor Bear, Jalen Hurd. A gain there of 12 yards and a first down for the Bears. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. One last shot for Trubisky. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. John Johnson with the INT. And he will be out of bounds here with zeros on the clock as this ball game is over. Well, we were on